At a red light, a crow waits. Not lost. Not confused. Waiting. The city is waking around it. Cars roll through the intersection. Pedestrians move quickly across the sidewalk. Traffic lights blink above the road like mechanical signals in a language made for humans. But the crow is watching them too. In its beak is a hard nut. It steps toward the edge of the crosswalk, looks at the road, then drops the nut onto the asphalt. The light turns green. Cars begin to move. A tire rolls over the nut. Crack. A car becomes a nutcracker. The crow does not rush. It stays on the curb, watching the traffic pass. It waits until the light turns red again. Only when the cars stop does it hop into the crosswalk, pick up the cracked prize, and fly to a nearby pole. This is not luck. This is city logic. They are not just living in our cities. They are studying them, testing them, exploiting them, hacking them. Welcome to the world of urban crows. The concrete jungle has new residents. Some wild animals avoid humans. Others live at the edges, appearing only in parks, alleys, and suburban shadows. But crows move straight into the center. Our streets, our rooftops, our parking lots, our waste, our routines. Scientists call animals like this synanthropes wild creatures that benefit from living near humans. Foxes can do it. Pigeons do it everywhere. Rats are masters of it. But crows bring something different. Strategy. For a crow, the city is not chaos. It is a map of opportunities. Every signal matters. Every schedule matters. Every human habit can become useful. Traffic lights become timing tools. Garbage trucks become food clocks. Rooftops become lookout towers. Power lines become meeting places. Sidewalks become feeding routes. The city was built for humans. But crows learned the manual. Nowhere shows this better than the traffic light. In Japan, crows became famous for a strange behavior. They carried hard nuts to intersections and placed them where cars would pass. The cars did the cracking. The crows stayed safe at the curb. Then, when the traffic stopped, they collected the food. Red meant opportunity. Green meant danger. No forest teaches a crow about traffic lights. This is learned urban intelligence. A young crow watches an older crow drop a nut in the road. It sees the cars pass. It sees the shell break. It sees the adult wait, then retrieve the food safely. Then the young crow tries. Behavior spreads through observation. One generation teaches the next. The city becomes a classroom. And the traffic light becomes a teacher. But traffic is only one system they hack. Every city has a rhythm. Trash day. Pickup time. School lunch. Restaurant closing. Market waste. Garbage trucks move street by street, and crows notice the order. Food appears, then disappears. Bags are exposed for a few minutes. Bins open. Workers move away. A short window appears. The crow learns the window. It knows when the meal arrives. Some crows follow garbage truck routes like schedules. They wait on lampposts, rooftops, and wires. They may arrive before the truck reaches the next curb because they understand the pattern. Restaurants become feeding zones. Markets become resource hubs. Schoolyards become predictable buffets. They are garbage engineers. They test containers. They solve packaging. They pull apart wrappers. They open lids. They convert human waste into survival. If crows thrive on garbage, it says something about us. We throw away calories. The city feeds them with its excess. And they answer with adaptation. But city life is not only food. There are predators too. A hawk lands in a park tree. Smaller birds freeze. Pigeons scatter. The air changes. Then one crow calls. Another answers. Then the air fills with black wings. Crows do not usually fight predators alone. They mob. They gather. Call. Dive. Retreat. And repeat. They surround the hawk from different angles. They make the predator visible, uncomfortable, and unsafe. The goal is not heroism. The goal is eviction. Drive the predator out. Make the park safer. Protect the young. Protect the territory. This is the war in the suburbs. Hawks patrol from above, and crows respond like a neighborhood defense network. Their calls recruit allies. Their numbers create pressure. A single hawk can be forced to leave because the cost of staying becomes too high. In the city, teamwork is security. Every park becomes defended airspace. Then comes the problem of home. In forests, crows build with twigs, but cities do not always offer forests. So the crow searches the human world for materials. Wire. Plastic. Cable scraps. String. Metal. Packaging. A beak becomes a builder's tool. The city becomes a hardware store. This is the industrial nest. Twigs mixed with wire. Plastic woven into shelter. A natural instinct using unnatural materials. Sometimes, the nest rises on poles. Sometimes, on building ledges. Sometimes, beside the machinery of human life. Adaptation is not always pretty. It can be dangerous. Plastic can trap. Wire can cut. Pollution can enter nests. Our waste becomes part of their homes. And not always safely. The crow adapts because it must. And still, life continues. Chicks hatch in urban trees. Parents bring food from streets, alleys, parks, dumpsters, and sidewalks. The concrete jungle becomes a nursery. Survival is invention. But the strangest city stories begin with kindness. A person feeds a crow. The crow returns. It remembers the face. Then one day, something appears near the balcony or windowsill. A bottle cap. A key. A piece of colored glass. A shiny object placed where food usually appears. The human wonders what it means. Is it trade? A simple exchange? Or something like friendship? Science must be careful with that word. But the behavior is real. Crows remember generous humans. They associate faces with experience. They may return to the same person repeatedly. They may leave objects near the place where food appears. Tos. It feels personal. To them, it may be social intelligence. In the city, relationships become part of survival. Recognize the safe human. Avoid the dangerous one. Return to the reliable source. Remember who helped. Remember who harmed. The city is built of patterns, and crows are pattern readers. They read transit. They read crowds. They read food routes. They read construction zones. They read empty parking lots after rain. They read us. And when the day ends, they gather. Urban roosts can hold hundreds or even thousands of crows. Bare winter trees turn black with wings. People walk underneath without realizing they are passing below a hidden society. Calls move through the branches. Information moves with them. The roost is not only a sleeping place. It is a social hub, a meeting point, a place where safety, memory, and knowledge gather at night. Then dawn returns. The game begins again. Crows spread across the map. One goes to the bakery alley. One checks the schoolyard. One returns to the intersection. The lights change. The nut falls. The machine cracks it open. The crow collects breakfast. What looks like chaos to us looks like opportunity to them. They do not need to build cities. They only need to understand ours. A bus stop becomes shelter. A storefront becomes a feeding clue. A camera pole becomes a perch. A sign becomes a lookout. A fountain becomes a water source. A puddle becomes a resource. A forgotten lunch becomes a puzzle. A wrapper becomes a challenge. A bike lane becomes a risk zone. A crosswalk becomes safe passage. Every tower, every street, every bin, every traffic signal becomes part of their mental map. And that should make us rethink the word wild. Wild does not always mean far away. Sometimes, wild walks beside us. On benches. On trash cans. On traffic signals. On rooftops above our heads. We rush through the city. Crows pause and observe it. We build systems. They find the loopholes. Traffic. Waste. Predators. Materials. Even relationships. The city is their playground. Their puzzle board. Their hunting ground. Their evolving habitat. And we are just the neighbors. Sometimes noisy neighbors. Sometimes messy ones. Sometimes generous ones. Always interesting ones. And the crows are paying attention. They use our cars as tools. Our schedules as feeding maps. Our parks as defended territories. Our waste as building material. Our kindness as social memory. This is not invasion. It is adaptation. The wild has not disappeared. It has changed shape. And it is watching us closely. The concrete jungle is alive. And the shadows have wings.